This is a tutorial on how to create a seasonal preventive maintenance or PM project. You will use this whenever new seasonal PMs need to be set up in your site. To begin, navigate to Scheduling and PM Projects. This will bring you to a list of all your current PM projects in your site. To create a new PM project, click on the New PM Project button in the upper left-hand corner of the grid. This will bring you to the New PM Project wizard. Let's say your facility is required to shovel snow every Monday between the months of November and March for all the buildings. You need to create a seasonal PM that will only run throughout those months and then regenerate again each winter. To begin creating our new PM project, we first give it a name and a description. It is recommended that you name your PM so that the schedule of the preventive maintenance is displayed. So, I will name this PM Weekly Snow Removal because I am performing the work every week. In the Enable field below, just type in T for today. This indicates that you are making this PM active today. Once all the required fields are filled out on the screen, click Next to continue creating your PM project. Next, we need to add the assets that will be serviced with this PM. Starting with the drop-down menu at the upper left of your screen, select the asset type you will be adding to this PM. Since this involves snow removal at facility buildings, select Location from the drop-down as location will be the asset type for this PM. Next, use the Auto Lookup tool to locate and select the appropriate locations for this PM. This PM will include several locations. Once you select your assets, click the Return Selected link at the top left of your screen to add them to the PM project. Notice they appear in a grid in the center of the screen where you can order, remove, or edit them. Once all the desired locations are added to your PM project, click the Next button to continue with your project. The next step is to create a schedule for this PM project. To begin, click the Add a New PM Project Plan Schedule link at the top of the screen. Once you click this link, a form will appear to create the schedule for this PM. First, give this schedule a name. I usually name the schedule the same as the PM, so I will call this schedule Weekly Snow Removal. Next, give this schedule a start date. It is a good rule of thumb to set your start date as your next due date. So, if we want this to begin in November, let's make the start date the first Monday in November. Notice in the lead days field off to the right, I can make this project generate early if I need lead days for this project. If this field is left blank, the project will generate as scheduled with no lead days. In the Recurrence drop-down below, select which recurrence pattern you want this PM to follow. Since this PM occurs every week, this will follow a weekly recurrence pattern. In the date fields below, we need to set a sequence for this PM to follow. We have established that it will start on the first Monday in November, so this means that we want this PM to generate the first Monday of every 1 week, starting in November. In the top field, enter 1 so that the statement says recurs every 1 week on, and then check which day of the week you want this PM to generate. I'm going to select Monday, so now this PM will generate every 1 week on Monday, starting in November. In the recurrence range, we can set how long we want this PM to generate for. Since this is a seasonal PM, select the End By field at the bottom of the window, then select a date you wish to end this PM by. Let's say we want this to end by the last Monday in March. Select this desired date. Finally, since we want this pattern to repeat every year, simply check the Restart this recurrence cycle each year box and select the Save Schedule button at the bottom right of the window. Your PM schedule will appear in a grid in the center of the screen. Once you have set your schedule, click Next to finish your new PM project. The last thing we need to do is give this PM project a request code. The request code displays important information such as who the supervisor will be for this PM and displays the detailed instructions for the maintenance. To select a request code, first select the schedule from the Select a Schedule drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Next, let's say we do not have a current request code for this PM, so we need to create one. To do so, click the Create a New Request link in the upper right of the screen. This will take you to the Request Manager where you can create your new request code for this PM. First, name your request. I recommend naming your request code the same as your PM project, so I will name this request code Weekly Snow Removal. Select the request type of this request code. Since this is for a PM, the request type is Preventive Maintenance. In the description field, I will simply add Weekly Snow Removal. And finally, always make sure you enter in estimated hours when creating a request code. I am going to estimate 1 hour for this work. In the comments below, I can enter in the instructions for this PM. Once I have all my required fields filled in, I can add additional information to this request code, such as the priority or the supervisor. Remember, any field not marked in red is an optional field, so you are not required to fill in this additional information. Once you have completed your request code for your PM project, you can click the Save and Exit button in the upper right-hand corner of the page, and you will be brought back to your PM project. Notice your new request code is displayed in a grid in the center of the page. Click Save and Exit to complete this PM project, and you will be directed back to your PM project list. Notice now that your new PM is in the list and will begin generating on the first Monday in November.